Charles, we need you to hope again.
A war feels like trying to justify all the lives that have been lost.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Super strength? Cool. Flying? Sure. Fine. Whatever. But you know what actually wins wars, saves universes, and makes grown men in capes look like toddlers? A ridiculously overpowered brain. Today, we're counting down the top 10 smartest superheroes of all time. The ones who'd beat Superman with a whiteboard and a good night's sleep. Grab a snack, because by the end of this list, you're going to feel personally attacked by how little you've accomplished today. Let's get into it. Kicking us off at number 10. Stephen Strange. Before he was bending reality, this man was one of the best neurosurgeons on the planet. Ego the size of Manhattan, skills to back it up, and he crashes his car, destroys his hands, and instead of quitting like a normal person, he treks to Nepal and becomes a master of the mystic arts. In what feels like a weekend, he literally looked at 14,605 possible futures in his head and remembered the one where everyone lives. That's not intelligence, that's a search engine with a cape.
Do I know you?
Number 9, Barbara Gordon. And here's what gets me about her. She got shot, paralyzed, and instead of the story ending there, she became smarter and more essential to the entire DC universe. As Oracle, she's basically the internet before the internet was cool. Every hero, Batman included, calls her when they're stuck. She hacks, she strategizes, she runs entire missions from a chair, and honestly, that's one of the most human comeback stories in comics. Genius isn't just about IQ, sometimes it's about refusing to be counted out.
I need Crane back here right now.
Shuri number 8, and if you slept on this one, we need to talk. Shuri, Princess of Wakanda, built a nation's entire technological infrastructure as a teenager. Vibranium suits, healing tech that regrows spinal cords, holographic labs that make Tony Stark's garage look like a science fair project. She's not smart for her age, she's smart, period.
Since the ancestors would give me gifts.
Number 7, Hank McCoy, aka Beast. Here's a guy who's a founding X-Man, a PhD level expert in like 6 different scientific fields, and he can swing off a chandelier while doing it. What gets me about Beast is the tragedy underneath the genius. Every time he tries to fix himself with science, he ends up more mutated. It's this constant push and pull between brilliant mind and physical body he can't fully control. There's something deeply relatable in that, even if most of us aren't blue and covered in fur.
Who's the furball? Hank McCoy.
Number 6, Brainiac 5, and we're going deep cut for the comic fans. Brainiac 5, from the Legion of Superheroes. Man has a 12th level inch in the DC universe, is basically the highest tier. He's from the future, descended from actual Brainiac, and spends his whole life terrified he'll turn evil like his ancestors. Imagine being handed a genius level brain and living every day afraid of what it might turn you into. Real fear a lot of brilliant, driven people fear of becoming the thing you're trying to outrun. Number 5, Professor X, Charles Xavier, the most powerful telepath on Earth, sure, but people forget he's also just a certified genius outside of his powers. Psychology, genetics, you name it. But here's what actually makes him special. He built on the idea that people who are feared and hated could still choose hope. That's not just intelligence, that's wisdom. And there's a difference. Anyone can be smart. Not everyone can look at a world that hates them and still build something kind.
I will always be there.
Number 4, Dr. Doom, and yes, he's technically a villain, but you cannot make this list without him. Victor Von Doom, genius-level scientist and sorcerer. He rules an entire country. He's built time machines. He's gone toe-to-toe with cosmic gods using nothing but tech he built in a castle. What makes Doom fascinating isn't just the brains, it's the ego wrapped around real, justified pain. He genuinely believes he's the hero of his own story. And honestly, with a brain like his, he might be right more often than we'd like to admit.
I remove the noise. Where is it?
Number 3, Iron Man, Tony Stark. Come on. You knew he was coming. Tony Stark built a literal suit of armor in a cave with a box of scraps. That sentence alone should end every argument about who's the smartest hero ever. But what actually makes Tony great isn't the tech. It's that he keeps building, keeps failing, keeps rebuilding, even while battling his own demons in the process. Genius wrapped around trauma, dressed up as charm. That's Tony in one sentence.
The question I get asked most often is, Tony, how do you go to the bathroom?
Number 2, Reed Richards. In universe, he is regularly described as one of the smartest human beings alive. Period. He's built devices that shouldn't exist yet. Time travel. Portals to other dimensions. He basically invented sci-fi and then lived inside it. But here's the human cost people forget. His brilliance often comes at the expense of time with his family. He's the genius who has to actively relearn over and over that being the smartest man alive means nothing if you're not present for the people who love you.
We will protect you.
Number 1, obviously, Batman. No powers, no mutation, no magic. Just a man who decided grief wasn't going to be the end of his story and turned it into the most disciplined, prepared, terrifyingly intelligent mind in superhero history. He has contingency plans to beat the Justice League. He's beaten gods with prep time and a utility belt. But at the core of it, he's just a kid who lost his parents and decided the only way to survive the pain was to outthink it. That's why Batman's number 1. Not because he's the smartest on paper, because his intelligence was born out of something painfully human: loss.
Something as simple and reassuring as putting a coat around a young boy's shoulders.
And that's our top 10. Let me know in the comments who I snubbed, because I already know half of you are typing, "Where's Miles Morales?" right now. If you like this, smash that like button, subscribe for more top 10s every week, and I'll see you in the next one.